Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. In this video, I'm going to talk about what is PIM, right? So it is Privileged Identity Management, how it works, what are the different features and capabilities of PIM, right? And what are the different use cases, right? So those are also important to know and understand what are those use cases so that how effectively we can leverage and use PIM, right? So let's go ahead and start it. So I'm going to share a screen and going to show you the presentation. And presentation may not be good for each one of you, or maybe some people would not like to see that because mostly people see that or they wanted to see the real examples or real practicals. But I'm going to show a presentation in this video because I wanted to bring something different and also to show that what are those capabilities of PIM, right? And also I'm going to make a series of PIM and I'm going to show how you can leverage the PIM, what are the different things that we can do in the next video as well, right? So let's go ahead and do that. Let me share my screen quickly here and we can start it, right? So yeah, so this is going to be the first one. Just a minute. Let me share the screen. All right. So hope you can see my screen. So this is this topic that I'm going to talk about, right? So this is the PIM, which is going to be used, and what is this PIM? So let's go ahead and start it. So here's the introduction about PIM, right? So you can see the bit of description about it, which is a subset of identity and access management, which focusing on controlling and managing access of the powerful administrative accounts, right? Those accounts which are fully uh, full with the permissions, and those are the administrative accounts, right? To manage those accounts, to manage those permissions, right? And we have a PIM, which is Privileged Identity Management, which is a part of Entra ID or Entra ID or Azure AD in that case, and which is a subset of identity and access management, right? So this is going to be used as well. So in short, what is PIM here? You can see that there are two categories. The first category shows that the subset of identity access management that focuses on managing and securing access to privileged accounts and which have elevated privileged and access to sensitive data and systems. Let's say I have a global admin account. That means my account or the account which I have is the privileged account, and that account should be managed using privileged identity management to see whether that account needs the privilege as access, whether it needs the data and system level access so that anyone or me myself can go ahead and make the changes in the system itself, right? And whether I should be allowed to do it or not, right? And what are the different use cases I can use, right? So by using PIM, definitely we have a lot of capabilities to do that, and we would be able to make changes, make the access level adjustments, and who should be able to access what, who should not be able to access what else, right? The next is elevated privileges, which is privileges accounts that have elevated privileges, right? So that means those are the high permissions accounts. Also, it has the full access on sensitive data and systems. And by using PIM, we can make them, or maybe we can downgrade their permissions to not to fall into the security breaches or security issues, right? And that is why elevated privileges means that it has all the permissions, it has the data level access, system level access, and those are the targets for cyber criminals or cyber attackers, right? And by using PIM, it helps us to manage and secure access to these accounts right? And basis on that, we can make sure those are safe and secure. And that is why the PIM is the one which really needs to be used and handled appropriately. So here's the bit of importance of PIM, right? PIM plays very critical and crucial role in protecting critical assets from cyber threats, which helps managing and securing privileged accounts. And this is being managed and helped and used by the organizations to reduce the risk of data breaches, insider threats, and other security incidents. So this is not specific to one use case, but there are many use cases that we can use by securing the privileged identities, privileged accounts, and then make sure those accounts along with the systems and data and everything is safe and secure hands. It should not be the case anyone can go ahead and access it, and then they can simply access any of those systems, right? So here is the how PIM works, right? So here you can see the PIM architecture and PIM workflow, right? So you see in the diagram that the architecture is bit bidirectional as well as at some level it is direct, at some level it is indirect, right? So let's say PIM architecture, which is product information management, which is going to be a system that centralizes product data and provides a single source of truth for product management or product information. The PIM architecture consists of data inputs, data management tools, and data outputs, and everything together that is going to be working together and handle access levels and access requests. Similarly, on the PIM flow workflow, which includes or involves the data collections from various sources, data standardization, enrichments, data syndications to various channels, and then workflow is going to streamline and automate to reduce the errors and improve the efficiencies. So to understand this, right, so you can see on the diagram here, there are different systems which are connected directly without uh, any dots in or without any broken connections. But there are other directions you can see which has dotted lines, right? Those are the indirect access or indirect connections between different systems to access the resources, to make the connections and make the use of this, right? And the PIM architecture, right? So about the PIM architecture, here are different things like or different capabilities of PIM. PIM can be used with servers and databases and clients. So these are the few examples, but PIM has lot many capabilities to offer, right? So PIM server is the centralized management component of PIM architecture that handles access request, authentication, and authorization. The database is something integral components of PIM architecture that stores the metadata, audit logs, and related privileged accounts, right? And the PIM client is the user interface that allows end users to manage uh, requests for access of the privileged accounts, right? So this is going to give us the complete capability as PIM is the service and it has a backend architecture that is going to be helping and managing everything for us, right? So here's the PIM workflow, right? So PIM workflow involves several steps, which identifies privileged accounts and define access policies, enforcing access controls, and monitoring and auditing access to ensure privileged accounts are secured from unauthorized access, right? So let's say I have an account, I have given a specific administrator role, and that account has that permissions to manage that particular role, but that account does not have any other permissions to make and work on or make any changes apart from that, right? But apart from that, I can go ahead and make the changes in the role by setting up PIM, and it could be with the just-in-time access, or it could be with the eligible access or active access from start date and end date. So this way we can make sure that respective user account or this respective administrative account has the permissions that it needs, but for particular or specific period of time, right? And this way we can limit down the access levels as well as we can limit down the oversharing or over permissioning, right? So yeah, this is the workflow. Let's move to the next. So here are different key features and as well as use cases of the PIM. So PIM is going to provide us the centralized platform for managing product information across different channels, different departments, different organizations, and some key feature areas that includes data modeling, taxonomy management, workflow automation, digital asset management, and it has some use cases includes e-commerce channels, omni-channels, retail, multi-channel marketing, and many others, right? So let's go ahead and look those features first. So here you see there are different features and benefits that we can leverage, which is password management. So PIM offers robust password management features that allows organizations to securely store, manage, and store those passwords across multiple systems, platforms, ensuring better security and password policies and compliance. Then the session management, session monitoring, it also monitors the organizations and then it enables users to monitor their sessions and track the user activities. And it also enhances the security and compliance capabilities so that we have an audit logs and then session logs and all of that is being used to see and detect and prevent cyber attacks from data breaches or from any other security incidents, right? Then this access controls, which provides granular access control along with the other features that we can leverage for organizations to manage access rights and permissions for sensitive resources. And it helps us to ensure data protection and regulatory compliance is being used appropriately and tracked for the organization. And then at last, audit logging. So PIM offers very comprehensive audit logging capabilities that helps us to enable and track down the user activities, audit changes, then generated compliance reports, which is going to allow us to uh, look into the audit logging, which enhances the accountability, transparency, and regulatory compliance, which is going to help the organizations to suffice their requirements and use those documents and those logs confidently to tackle down situations, right? So let's go ahead and see the next capabilities or use cases. So here are the few of those use cases are mentioned, which includes privileged access management, server management, and database management. So first is PIM or PAM. PIM can be used for privileged access management to control and monitor access to sensitive data and systems, helping to prevent potential security breaches. Then the server management has, or the PIM has the server management capability to control and manage access on the servers and ensuring that the critical assets and are secure and protected from unauthorized access, right? So by using PIM features, by deploying and providing right set of access levels on right set of user accounts or right set of credentials, those are allowed to manage and make the changes, and rest it should not be allowed. So database management, PIM can also be used for database management to control and manage access databases, ensure that the critical data and data is secure and protected from unauthorized access too. And towards the end of this video, I wanted to give you a bit of conclusion of this is that PIM is going to be crucial components across the organizations for their security strategy. And by managing and securing privileged accounts, organizations can reduce the risk of breaches, which is definitely the data breach and cyber threats, right? So yeah, hope you like this video. Please do like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, also I have made videos on other topics. So please do watch and share with your friends, colleagues, and whoever needs to watch and see. So yeah, that's all for this video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.